Hello guys, today we are going to understand the basic structure of C program. This on the screen, what you will see is the basic structure which I have written here. I am explaining all of these in detail. The first point what we saw is this command line, preprocessor directive. Third is in global variable declaration. Fourth is the main function, and in main function there is a local variable statement and there is closing of brace. Here is a closing brace. This is opening brace and this is a closing brace, and this is the user defined function. User defined function simply means that it is a sub function, right? In a C program we are writing many of the sub functions, or there are some sub function, or maybe there is no any sub function. So this user defined function may be there in the program or not. It doesn't matter. But here the main function, the main program, this is the main function. This must be there in any C program. Now I am explaining all of these in detail. Okay, the first one is comment line. Now first of all, what is comment line? It indicates the purpose of the program. It is represented by, as shown in the screen, single comment is represented by double slash, and after that we have to write the statement, and multiple comment lines are represented by slash, asterisk mark, then statements, different number of statements, and then again asterisk mark and again slash. Okay, comment line is used for increasing the readability of the program. It is useful in explaining the program and generally used for documentation. As I have said, it is enclosed within the decimeters. Comment line can be single or multiple line but should not be nested. It can be anywhere in the program except inside the string constant and character constant. Okay. Now we are going to understand the second part, which is preprocessor directive. Now what is preprocessor directive? Preprocessor directive is this: hash include stdio.h. It means this hash include stdio.h tells the compiler to include information about the standard input output library. It is also used in the symbolic constants such as hash defined. Okay, the stdio.h simply stands for standard input output header file, contains definition and declaration of the system defined function such as printf, scanf, power, etc. Generally, printf function is used to display and scanf function is used to read the value. Okay, now we are going to understand the third one, which is global declaration function. I am showing you this global declaration function, right? Now what does it mean? This is the section where variables are declared globally so that it can be accessed by all the functions used in the program, and it is generally declared outside the function only. Now the main part is the main function. It is a user defined function, and every function has one main function. Every program has one main function from where actually the program is started, and it is encloses within the pair of curly braces. As you can see on the screen, this is the syntax of the main function. Main void mean null. This is the opening curly brace, and these are the statements, and this is the closing curly brace. Okay, the main function return value when it is declared by data type as int main. Now here int is the data type. There are many type of different data types, but here for example I have written an int data type. Means now I have given this main function a return value. So at the exit point of this main function, I have to compulsory, it is mandatory to write return 0 with semicolon at the end and then closing curly brace. But if we cannot use any return value, then we simply, as you can see here, we simply write void main, or in bracket we can write void, or we cannot write void, means we simply write void main brackets open close, and then opening curly brace printf statement. Inside the printf statement I have written C language with quoted with double quotes and closing of bracket, and at the last semicolon, and there it is closing curly brace. Okay, now this is simple void, means simple main function, and the output of this main function, and at the here we have to write getch. Here it is mandatory to write getch, but in small. Here G must be small. Okay, now this is a simple main function. The output of this function is here C language, because this words C language I have written in the printf statement. Okay, so whatever we write in the printf statement must be seen in the output section, and the scanf function is used to write the value in the output section. Okay, means scanf function is used to write the value at the output time, and printf function is used to write the value at the time of coding. Okay, now hope you understand that what is printf function, what is scanf function, and what is the use of, means what is actually the main function is. Okay, and what it contains. Now I'm going to next part. This is output. This I have shown a sample program, a very much simple and easy to understand C program. Here I have written the command line. See, you can see this slash star, then first C program with return statement star slash. Okay, now here I have missed one statement. There I also include one statement, hash include conio dot h. It simply means it is a type of header file only. It simply means this is hash include stdio, or it means standard input output, and this is console input output. It's used to execute the program. Okay, now after that, here I have written a return statement int main, then braces opening and curly. Here opening curly brace. Now printf statement I have written here, welcome to the C programming language, full stop, and then bracket complete semicolon at the end. And I have written here return 0, because I have used a return statement in the main function. This return, I have used a data type. Okay, if I cannot use this data type, so it doesn't means I don't want here return 0 at this point. Okay, you can or you cannot do it. This is closing curly brace, and the output of whole this program, we have sample C program, is this only, welcome to C programming language with full stop. Okay, now I am going to show you, going to tell you, and with that I am going to show you in actual way how the program is going to be compiled in the system, and how it is going to be executed in the system of the computer. Okay, means suppose we have written any program, and then we have compiled it, we have executed it, and we saw the results. But in actual practice, what the system does inside in it to execute the program, now we are going to understand that only in stepwise format. Okay, now just listen to me and see, I have written here all the main points. Okay, on the screen you are only showing the main points, so listen to me carefully what I am talking. Okay, first of all I want to tell you that in our lecture series I am going to the software Turbo C for C language, for C programming. Okay, because according to me, Turbo C is a very basic type of software, and it's easy to understand or easy to run that software. Okay, we can write it, edit the same C program and execute the same C program at the same time in a single software. Otherwise, we have to do many a times we have to download different compilers, different editors. First, we have to edit the we have to edit the program, then save it to a different file, then execute it to a different program. It is some messy type work. So we are just going to use the turbo C software, which gives the ability us to edit the program at the same time and execute it at the same time. Okay, now I'm going to start the steps to I'm going to start the steps for compiling and executing the program, means how the system execute the program in reality. Okay, what there is inside the system happens while you are executing the program. Now, before telling the steps, I want to tell you what is a compiler. Okay, a compiler is a software program that analyzes a program developed in a particular computer language and then translate it into a form that is suitable for execution on a particular computer system. Okay, computer program developed in the C programming language and typically Unix command that would be entered from the command line. Okay, now I'm going to tell you the steps. Okay, step 1 of executing the C program. The program that is to be compiled is first typed into a file on the computer system. Okay, there are various conventions that are used for naming files. Typically, be any name provide the last two characters as .c. As you can see here, I have written .c. Means you can give your program any name. Means you can give your own name to the program, and but at the last it is mandatory to write .c while saving the program. Okay, here I have in my example I have written prog1.c is the example of my example. I have written here the example. Okay, here rather than prog1 you can write any name to your program. Okay, so file name prog1.c might be valid name for C program. Okay, a text editor is usually used to enter the C program into the file. For example, VI is a popular text editor used on the Unix system. The program that is entered into the file is known as the source program. Means whatever we save, here I have saved my program which we have shown above here. This is our source program. This is our source program. Okay, and I have saved this program with the name prog1.c. Okay, why it is known as source program? Because it represents the original form of the program expressed in the C language. Okay, now what is step 2 after that? While after saving the program, after the source program has been entered into the file, then proceed to have it compiled. The compilation process is initiated by typing a special command on the system. When this command is entered, the name of the file that contains the source program must also be specified. For example, under Unix system, the command to initiate the program compilation is called cc, and if you are using the popular GNU-C software compiler, then the command we use is gcc. Here I have written cc prog.1, and in popular GNU software we have to use gcc prog.1.c. Okay, in the first step of the compilation process, the compiler examines each program statement contained in the source program and checks it to ensure that it conforms to the syntax and semantic of the languages. Okay, if any mistake is discovered, okay, if any mistake is discovered by the compiler during this phase, they are reported to the user and the compilation process stops right there only. I hope you understand that way. I mean to say that if there is any mistake in our source program, then while compilation process, the compiler will tell us that there is an error in the program. So after that, we have to solve the error. The error can be of any type. Okay, it can be semantic error. It can be synthetic error. I am explaining what is synthetic error. The synthetic error simply means an unbalanced parenthesis. Okay, unbalanced parenthesis means we have a comma or some type of punctuation mark or braces mark. Okay, like closing braces, opening braces. We cannot. There's many type of errors such like that, synthetic error, and these errors are parentheses, unbalanced parenthesis, and simply means that synthetic errors. And now, what is semantic error? Semantic error means it is due to the use of the variable that is not defined. Means suppose you have used the variable in the printf statement, but you cannot given a variable some value. Means you do not give a value to your variable, and you use that variable in your program. So that variable must be declared in the earlier stage. Okay. So these are two types of error. Okay. Now after we have solved the errors, and then after that, after solving all the errors, the compiler will the next step of the compiler is what the compiler does is it can convert our lower level language to the assembly language. Means simply means that our program is written in the any type of language. We use English US language. Okay. So the computer, what the computer does, the compiler, what the compiler do is compiler simply convert our simple program language into the lower level language. This is lower level language, and it is equivalent to assembly language. We can say it as assembly language or lower level language. Both are mostly same. And after that, after the program has been set, in the next step of compilation process is to translate assembly language statement into the actual machine language instructions. The assembler takes each assembly language's statement and converts it into the binary format known as object code, which is then written into the another file on the same system. The file has the same name as the source file under Unix. Okay. What does it mean that after that, after we have conversion in the assembly language, what the compiler does, compiler convert this assembly language into the machine language. Here I have written this. After the program has been translated, the next step is the compilation process is to translate the assembly language statement into the actual machine instruction. What machine can understand is the machine instructions only. Okay. So we have to convert our assembly language into the machine instructions. We cannot do that. The compiler, this is the work of the compiler. Compiler first convert our program into the lower level language, means assembly language, and after that assembly language into the actual machine instruction. And this simply means that binary code, binary language, what the computer understand. Okay. And that file can be saved as an object code. Okay. After the program has been translated into the object code, it is ready to be linked. The process is once again performed automatically. Whenever the cc or gcc command is issued under Unix, the purpose of linking phase is to get the program into the final form of execution on the computer. Okay. Now, mm, there I have written this. The assembler takes each assembly language statement, converts it into the binary form known as object code, which is then written into the another file of the system. The file has the same name as the source and file under Unix, with the last letter as O. Here, O for object instead of .c. Means here our program name changes from .c to .o. And .o is file for object code. Okay. This can be automatically generated. by the compiler. Now, after this conversion into the binary code, we have to link our file. The process is linking the file together. Okay, what is linking means? I simply tell that the purpose of linking phase is to get the program into the final form of execution on the computer. Okay, now what does linking use of means? Why is linking used? Now, if the program uses other programs that were previously processed by the compiler, then during this phase of linking, the programs are linked together. Programs that are used from the system's program library are also searched and linked together with the object program during this phase. Now, this process of compiling and linking a program is often called building. Okay, this process is simply means as building. Now the final linked file, which is an executable object code format, is stored in the another file on the system ready to be run or executed. Under Unix system, this file is stored as a.out. In Unix system, it is stored simply as a.out by default. Okay. Now, if we are using the Windows software, then it can be saved as prog.1.exe in our case. Means the source file name, whatever we have given our source file name, .exe extension at the last. Okay, this is the file name for the final object code format. Okay, executable object code format with an extension. Now what is the final step? The step 6, to subsequently execute the program, the command a.out has the effect of loading the program called a.out, okay, and into the computer's memory and initiating its execution. Now, when the program is executed, each of the statement of the program is sequentially executed in turn, and if the program requests any data from the user known as input, means if we use scanf function, then there must be some input at the time of execution. Okay, it can be anything. The input can be anything, means the clicking of any key, yeah, touching of mouse. Okay, any type of input it may be. Means the program wait for the event to happen. Okay, results that are displayed by the program known as the output, means whatever result we get at the last of the program is the output of our whole program appear in the window, sometimes called as console. That output is known sometimes called as console. Okay, now if the program does not produce the desired results what we want, it is necessary to go back and reanalyze the program's logic, and man, this is also known as debugging phase. Okay, during which an attempt is made to remove all the known problems or bugs from the program. To do this, it will most likely to be necessary to make changes in the original source program. Now suppose, means at the time of the execution we does not get the desired result, but there is no error in our program, as compiler said it is clear to for execution and we have executed it, but we does not get the desired output in case, then we have to check the logic in our source program, and if there is any mistake in the logic, then we have to correct it in the same source program, and again the whole cycle can be run off, and after that we have to execute the program in the same way. Okay, now I hope you understand all this, all the steps what the computer system actually does in the to execute any C program in their system. Okay, this is whole. I have written the main points, but I have explained all the points in detail. I hope you understand that, and if you like that, please like, share and subscribe. to my YouTube channel. Okay, thank you guys. Hope you enjoy the video and you have learned from it.